All right, welcome guys, welcome to the Thursday live stream. Oh, welcome guys, hello. There's a couple of you guys here already, and ooh, 6 likes, dang. Seems like that's kind of the number that we begin with whenever we are live. Seems like that's amazing. Thank you guys. So hey, what's up, Joe? hello guys, hello. Number one. Thank you. All right. So if you guys haven't read the the description box or even just the title of the live, make sure you guys do that before I begin here. I'm gonna wait another minute or so to let people know. For YouTube to let people know that I am live. If anyone has the notifications on, but yeah, I mean we're just gonna begin in a couple of minutes. And hey, Joe. What's good? I'm doing very good too. Oh no, that was a question. I'm doing very good. Thank you. Hopefully you're doing great as well. So I think today has been such an amazing show of confirmation to what I've been talking about. So I'm gonna go a little bit in depth as to what I mean by that. But things that I've been talking about since mid or even just early last year as well, and I was hinting at some signs that we need to be looking out for certain groups or market caps or sectors, and today we've officially got that confirmation. But yeah, we'll be starting in a couple of seconds here. Just letting a little bit more people in, and make sure you guys are smashing that like button down below. This channel has been growing rapidly, so hopefully you guys are also subscribing if you guys haven't subscribed yet. But most importantly, make sure you guys have hit that notification bell icon after you have hit the subscribe button, right? That's very important if you guys are wanting to get notified when I am live or whenever I have uploaded a new YouTube video. Okay, now before I begin here, I also want to reiterate that the regular scheduling of the videos are back in the live streams. I did not have a Wednesday Hump Day market recap video yesterday because again, we didn't really need it. We had CPI coming out, which came out today morning pre-market, and that could have completely derailed whatever I would or could have said last night through that video, that market recap video. So it is what it is, but thankfully everything turned out pretty nicely. So what I mean by that is let's take a look firstly at small caps. So if you guys remember, ever since back in 2022 so back in 2022, I specifically talked about the fact that IWM small caps are forming a huge macro base, and that base spans from a lower range support level of 165.20 or just 165 as the whole number to the psychological whole number level of $200. And back in 2023, I also mentioned that this space will most likely gonna continue forever for the rest of 2023, right? And what we saw was a continued third retest of this $200 psychological level, or at the very least, specifically 198 to 200. That was kind of the supply area or range that we were looking at for this retest at this upper level of resistance or area. And so this is exactly what we were looking at. And then near the end of last year, we had that amazing run up to the upside, as we saw the broader markets just chugging right to the upside, right? Every single thing was moving to the upside as we head into the end of last year. And so IWM was finally able to break over the psychological $200 level and get over the supply area of 198 to 200, and officially created a new higher high compared to the previous pivot high point from July, right? Late July. So right over here where my mouse cursor is. So from this point forward, what occurred was simple digestion, right? But this digestion was lasting months. In fact, for most of this year. And also, I would say, even after today's price action, we're still within the same digestion that we began since the year started. And if you guys remember, or if you guys have seen my recent story on Instagram that I posted earlier today, I specifically said that small caps will continue a slow move to the upside, most likely as we head into the mid-year. And I also told my members in multiple CFO Swinger Watch reports that small caps will start to have a nice breakout to the upside near the last half of this year as the anticipation for the official rate cut or rate cuts this year grows, right? And so as long as that anticipation continues to grow and grow and grow, small caps will be rocketing higher in anticipation of that potential future. So that's exactly what happened today. It seems like the market has been holding their breath to officially get the sign of confirmation that deflation is on our hands. And it seems like the Federal Reserve has officially orchestrated a soft landing. Right? So for me personally, I would expect to wait until at least mid 2025 to see where we're at with that from an economic perspective. But it seems like the markets are already pricing in that deflation is here, right? It's here to stay, and the Federal Reserve is not going to induce an economic recession. So small caps have really benefited off of that anticipation and a kind of a confirmation for deflation. And that's exactly what we got today. So on the weekly time frame here, we are still within the range of consolidation that we've been stuck in since this year began. And what do I mean by that? Well, we have this weekly range here from 210 to around 200 that we've been kind of stuck in, but thankfully we've been adding at this $200 psychological level, this massive level that we were looking at since 2022. So it's a 2-year process at this point to really try to move away from this magnetic level of support. Again, it's a level of support now since we're above it. And so, I'm very, very confident that we're going to be seeing a massive volume bar that we haven't seen since earlier this year, like what we saw in February right here, on the week of February 12th. So we had a massive buy volume here, and most likely we're not going to pass this volume bar, this weekly volume bar by the end of this week. So the end of tomorrow, but we should be seeing a relatively large volume bar that can continue to move on up higher, and might potentially next week see an even bigger weekly volume bar if we start to see a continuation of this breakout. So IWM, let's take a closer look at this. On the daily time frame, I mentioned this nice wedge chart pattern forming on the daily, and excuse me guys, okay. I drank a little too much water. But so Russell 2000 has had a massive gap up today based on that CPI print. It came out better than expected. I believe the headline CPI hit 3.0%, getting very, very close to that 2% target from the Federal Reserve. And the core CPI, I believe, was 3.4% compared to the 3.5% expected CPI, right? Data point, excuse me. So I believe that's correct. Let me make sure my facts are correct. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so that's Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. I don't know why it's showing me this data here, but oh no, it was 3.3%. I was off by 0.1%. So the core CPI, which really matters more than the headline CPI year over year, YOY, it's at 3.3% compared to the expected 3.4%, and it was also a drop from the previous month's core CPI year over year. So that's an amazing progress. Again, that's just simple consolidation, simple confirmation that the Federal Reserve is getting what it wants, and they have literally a reason, a confirmed reason, in fact, to have an official rate cut in September, right? So now what's next for small caps? Well, I believe that we're going to see continuous market rotation or money inflow into the laggard market caps like small and mid caps, which I've been telling you guys for weeks and for months, right? So as we head into the July FOMC meeting that we're going to have in a couple of weeks, and as we move into July's monthly expiration date, OPEX, if you guys don't know when that is, here it is. Let me show you guys here. Right, so July OPEX is on the 19th. Okay, and so hopefully, we can see a continued run up as we head into July's OPEX, and as that's occurring, we should continuously see market outflow, right? A continuous rotation of money coming out of market leaders like technology, right? Or the mega cap stocks like MGK. If you guys remember MGK, this is the Vanguard Mega Cap Growth ETF. And today was a complete, crappy day for mega caps as we saw a huge downturn. And if you guys didn't watch my Instagram story, we also nailed the top for Apple puts, right? Which is also obviously a market leader and a mega cap growth tech stock or a value growth tech stock. And MGK clearly shows that there is starting to see it's starting to show a lot of relative weakness at the top here. And so as we continue to see this potential outflow from leaders and into laggards, IWM and MDY should continue to really see favorable price action to the upside for most likely into the end of this year. And at the same time, I also simultaneously believe that we'll be seeing parallel price action with leaders once we're able to see leaders bouncing after the July FOMC meeting. Okay, now I said something very important there. So I'm expecting to see leaders like technology and specifically, growth mega cap growth tech stocks, like the Magnificent Seven, or specifically a group like the semiconductor group, to continue to see some profit taking as we head into the July OPEX expiration date, or July OPEX date, and as we head into July's FOMC meeting. And once, I'm kind of predicting here at this point, but once we're able to see what occurs in July's FOMC meeting, that's when I think we're going to find some sort of an intermittent bottom for technology stocks and overall leaders. And we can start to see small caps and leaders moving in tandem to the upside as the entire market this time sees broad participation to continue to move up higher until we get our first rate cut in September. And so if you guys haven't checked the CME Fed Watch tool, the probability of a rate cut of 25 basis points or BP has increased dramatically from the previous read after today's CPI data report. So go ahead and check that out. It's very, very interesting. And the markets will continue to move on up higher as we head into September. So make sure you guys understand what I've just said there. So to quickly summarize, small caps should continue to move on up higher as we head into July's OPEX and July's FOMC meeting. All the while, mega cap, growth tech stocks, and overall just technology stocks should continue to move lower as we start to see some short-term to mid-term profit taking. And once July OPEX and the July's FOMC meeting is over, we will get that intermittent bottom, and we can see the entire market moving on up higher as we head into the September FOMC meeting. And again, we do not have an FOMC meeting in August. Okay, so if you guys don't know where to find the FOMC meeting schedule, just take a look at the federalreserve.gov website, right, and take a look at their meeting calendars and information tab. So here it is. Okay, so we have a meeting in July 30th to 31st, and then our next one after that is September 17th through 18th, which is when people are expecting, analysts and economists are expecting our first official rate cut to occur in September, right? Now, for all the CFO Swinger Watch report members and private members of the CFO Discord as well, I will be talking a bit more extensively on what I'm expecting the Federal Reserve to say, and kind of give my own thoughts and predictions on what we need to be looking for after the September FOMC meeting, because I already have a bunch of thoughts on what could occur on that month. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that in the CFO Swinger Watch report. So again, to all the readers and private members, make sure you guys remember what I'm saying in this live stream, right? So essentially, small caps are going to be the core kind of position into the end of this year, and most likely into next year as well, since we should be getting more words from the Federal Reserve that they're going to at least expect a few more rate cuts next year as we head into the last two FOMC meetings in November and December, right? Now, small caps and mid caps, or the overall laggards, have really contributed to the overall market breadth or market internals today, right? And that's exactly what we want to see, where we see a continued participation from the laggards as leaders take a breath, right? As leaders start to see some profit taking. And that usually tells us that the mid to longer term trend in the overall broader markets are still in a bull market, a bullish trend. So with such an expansion in the market breadth today, thanks to the small and mid caps having such an amazing return on a single day today, literally confirms that we are in a very, very strong bull market that again should continue until 2026. And if you guys remember, back in I would say mid to late 2022, I have mentioned multiple times that 2023 to 2026 are the years to be very, very active in the overall stock market. And we have been correct so far since 2023, right? So, a lot of things have been correct, especially most recently was the rate cut prediction that I've told everyone about in August of last year. So if you guys remember, I specifically said that we're most likely going to be seeing an official first rate cut in early or around during Q3 of next year. And that's exactly what we are getting. Instead of getting a rate cut in July, we're getting a rate cut in September. So during Q3 rather than the beginning of Q3, which would have been July, right? So again, absolutely amazing to see this follow through from the markets to kind of confirm my prediction and my gut feeling. Again, it was a gut feeling and I guess it's a cocktail of gut feelings and luck, and obviously countless hours of research and just reading and just taking a gauge at where the markets are at. and from different perspectives. So again, if you guys were following that prediction since last year, give yourselves a pat on the back. It's officially here. The prediction is correct, and we should continue to move through the markets and navigate the markets with precision. So now, not only has the small caps or the overall laggards have had such a great day today, but bonds, right? Bonds, bond prices specifically. So on the other side, bond yields have been seeing absolutely a massacre of a day today. So if you take a look at the 10-year yield, or TNX, right, or even simply the 30-year yield, TYD, not TYD, okay, TYX. TYD is the leveraged bonds. But TYX has also been seeing a massive move down after seeing that rapid increase to the upside back in July 1st, which was kind of, to me, that seemed a little off, and I knew that would not hold, which is the reason why, if you take a look at TLT, okay, on July 1st, okay, we took a long-term position on TLT on July 1st near the lows of this daily candlestick. And if you take a look at my Instagram story, I posted about this as well. Okay, the exact position. And it's still not too late to be looking at that exact position as well that we have right now. And this is a complete snipe at the bottom here at 90. And I knew that that weird pop in yields just didn't make sense, right? As the entire economic data that we've been getting to kind of support lower rates into the future in the next 3 to 6 months was showing that yields should start to come down and bond prices should continue to move back up higher. And so from this perspective, I knew that we had to make a higher high compared to the previous pivot low points here, right? Okay, higher high and higher lows, right? So again, for example, over here, and over here. And at some point, we should be making another higher high somewhere around here, okay, for TLT. So with this higher low that I was expecting to hold around 90, that's when we got that perfectly executed long-term position on TLT, and we continued to move on up higher, right? And we held and made that new higher low, which will be confirmed officially once we get the higher high compared to this previous pivot high point, right? So TLT should continue to hit higher highs and ultimately hit that triple digit number at 100, this magnetic psychological whole number level of 100. So make sure you guys are taking a look at TLT or the overall bonds, right? If you don't like the 20-year plus Treasury bond ETF, you can also look at the 3 to 7 plus year Treasury bond ETF, okay? IEI. So this one has also been a huge move to the upside for the last couple of weeks, and the entire bond market has literally been telling us ever since we bottomed out back in April, which is also when the equity markets bottomed out as well. We've been seeing a nice, just a typical textbook grind up higher with higher highs and higher lows on all bond prices, which clearly have been showing us, obviously this is a 2020 hindsight 2020 moment, but to me, as I was just honing in and hawking in on bond prices for the past couple of months, I knew that inflation numbers had to continue to provide favorable data points that the Federal Reserve will like, and to confirm a potential rate cut in quarter 3 or during quarter 3. And so most the price action from April to now has officially given us that I guess that reason. That's the reason why the bond prices have been consistently moving up higher with a textbook higher highs and higher lows uptrend. Right. Hey Joe, you called the bull market. Yes, you're there. Yes, that's exactly right. And don't sleep on Andrew, CFO. Yes, that is very true. All right. So thank you, Joel, for those comments. But yeah, I mean, bonds, laggards, the entire just market breadth was lifted today, officially confirming that we are again in a very, very good bull market, right? And that's the reason why I say again, we should be continuously seeing money outflow or profit taking, at the very least short-term profit taking on leaders as we head into July's OPEX date, which is July 19th, and into July's FOMC meeting, which are held from July 30th to 31st. And then once that is over, as we head into August, all right, we should be seeing some good solid consolidation as we try to find an intermittent bottom for those leaders, while the overall small caps and overall laggards start to consolidate the move on up higher, this rapid move and breakout to the upside that we should continue to see into tomorrow and for the next few weeks, and ultimately from the longer term perspective into the end of this year. All right, so we have about a little over 5+ months left to the end of this year. So small caps, definitely take a look at this. If you guys haven't been paying attention to what I've been saying, it's not too late. All right. Okay, so that's kind of it of what I want to go over today. I've pretty much given you guys some very important information and points that you guys should remember for the next couple of weeks and next couple of months. So if you guys are wanting to watch the recording again to make sure you guys remember what I've said, make sure you guys do that. I highly recommend you guys to always go back to my previous streams and previous uploaded videos, because you guys will always be learning some very important data, information, most importantly applicable information on every single one of my streams and uploaded videos. So again, if you guys missed out on what I've said earlier today in this stream, make sure you guys go back to the recording, since this will automatically record once I finish the stream here, and make sure you guys are writing down notes or do whatever that you guys can to remember what I've said tonight. Now, before I finish here, if you guys are wanting to join the CFO Swinger Watch report and become a reader today, make sure you guys DM me on Instagram at ChartsFocus1, because I have a trial for 50% off for your first 30 days. If you guys know anyone who wants to join, make sure you guys let them know that, because again, this is a great offer. You guys can try it out for 30 days for 50% off. So basically like 50% off risk, right? That's the risk there. To be honest, there really is no risk, because you guys will be learning so much on the first week of that report arriving in your inbox, directly in your inbox, your email addresses, and you'll just be able to digest at least a 15 to 20 minute read on the newsletter that completely runs down the market from a top to bottom analysis from a technical perspective and from a fundamental perspective. So if you guys are interested in something like that, where I've done countless of hours of research every single week to write the CFO Swinger Watch reports, make sure you guys DM me at ChartsFocus1 on Instagram, or if you guys like Twitter or X, you guys can DM me on there as well, since I have the same handle. Alright, so that is it for tonight, guys. Again, hopefully you guys can find the information that I provided you guys tonight very, very valuable, and most importantly, applicable to your own trading journeys and your own trade ideas. And hopefully you guys are able to grab some of the similar positions that I've shown you guys tonight and I've talked about. And again, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just head over to my Instagram account and take a look at the stories that I've posted tonight. Okay, and well, overall today. All right, so have a great rest of your week. I'll see you guys next week on Tuesday at 8:15 Pacific Standard Time or 11:15 Eastern Standard Time. All right, good luck tomorrow and have a great rest of your night.